to be? What's a cup of tea? What's mushy peas? What's the biggie thing? What's all this then?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of What's All This Then? It's a podcast about the UK, with new episodes every Monday, bonus episodes every Thursday. I've decided I'm going to stop saying this is the worst intro I've ever done, because usually the intro is the worst intro I've ever done when I start one. So here we go. If you want to be in control of the most valuable substance in the universe, you gotta get with friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a laugh from Libby. Did I get an understanding? I'm getting a nod from Josh.
I got most of the way there.
Okay, so the Fremen
Yes.
are the people of the planet Arrakis.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which is
so we're doing Dune.
We're Duning. Yeah,
Got
it's the only source of the drug melange, which is also known as the spice.
Sure.
Spice.
And we're talking about the Spice Girls. Yes,
Hadn't
the
even made that
girl-bound.
connection.
Libby,
Also
Libby,
hadn't?
I'm still
I
in
love
my
it.
intro.
Sorry.
I think that's Charlotte. I think this is
You
a
asked us to
great intro.
talk.
We were addressed directly.
We were addressed directly.
How do I unaddress you? How do I do that?
Hold your middle finger up, and then when we're allowed
No, I
to
don't
talk,
want to do that to Josh. I don't know you well enough yet.
No, that's
Okay.
okay.
This is just to Libby. All
I
right.
will
Okay.
accept any kind of behavior.
This week, we're talking about the British 90s girl band phenomena, whose names we all remember: Silly Spice, Spunky Spice, Busty Spice, Spicy Spice, and of course, my favorite, lesbian-coded Spice. So grab a can of Pepsi, because they love Pepsi, and slide on your shortest Union Jack dress, because this week, we're gonna spice up your life. I'm Charlotte McDonald, and I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host. It's Libby Spice Watson.
Libby Spice Watson. God, I just got past the Libba thing, and now we're saying Libby Spice Watson.
I'd forgotten about Libba.
you
Yes,
haven't.
there we go.
No.
Libba
Everyone-
Spice Watson.
Everyone across America is saying Libba to me. In fact, yesterday my own husband said Libba to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
and
that's so nice.
That was tough. Charlotte, I'm having a problem right
Go ahead.
now. I went to Trader Joe's before this recording, and I bought these dark chocolate biscuit cookies, which is interesting. Actually, now that I think about it, as a name for a product, biscuit cookies.
Biscuit cookies, and then they
Biscuit
have
cookies.
they look like chocolate beans a little bit,
Labine.
which is what I call the I can't remember the actual name of them, because in my house we always just called them chocolate beans.
Chocolate beans? I think it's Leibniz.
Leibniz, yes.
Leibniz.
It's-
Choco
the most
Leibniz.
the theoretical mathematical cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I love a non-Euclidean pastry myself.
those are the only type I'll eat. Leibniz Keks is, or a Butterkeks in German. No, yeah, they are like mini ones of these, but I very stupidly put them on my desk and then realized I don't have time to eat any of these.
Oh,
before
God.
recording. And now this little fucker is staring at me with his tongue out, going, you could eat me. Yum,
Don't you
yum,
want to
yum.
eat me?
Yeah.
And they're minis as well, so they'd be so easy to just eat a little one real quick, but you can't do it.
You could probably just hide it under your tongue for when you need it, like a
Let it
cyanide
dissolve?
capsule. Yeah.
Like a cyanide capsule. This is the cyanide capsule of the podcast. If things are going wrong, I'll bite down on the cookie and I'll feel better.
That wouldn't be the first time it happened while I was a podcast guest. The last final episode of WTF with Mark Maron.
What if he just killed himself at the end of it?
We're gonna go out together. Sorry, I didn't announce this to you, but this will be the last. This is the last time any of us are gonna talk. Yeah.
Oh, great.
The cookie, the biscuit cookies, they're anthropomorphized if you're listening and not watching, and they had like kind of a winged eyeliner almost.
I was gonna say, I always find the pronouns that you pick for things interesting, Libby, because I did look at that and I thought that's a lady biscuit.
Did I say he?
You did.
You did say he.
Which I think is, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like that you, in my head, you usually get it wrong when you're making an assumption.
Oh, for God's sake.
But not in like a problematic way. Like, who cares about the pronouns of that biscuit?
What if
you know?
what if the biscuit is just like a big lover of like My Chemical Romance?
Yeah, it's the emo biscuit.
Yeah. No, I think it's good what you did. I think he, him pronouns for the biscuit chocolate, the cookie, is right. And I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm obviously the authority on this, so.
Look, I'm certainly not. So apparently. So I'm very happy to hear that, Charlotte. Glad to have not gotten this one wrong, although I am going to be worrying about it for the rest of the time we do.
There was no wrong answer. It's just if anything, I picked the obvious one in my head, and then you didn't pick the obvious one, and I thought that's interesting. That's all.
Yeah, that's right. I'm actually very progressive. For saying this biscuit.
It's a boy skit. Yeah,
it's a boy skit.
It's a boy skit.
Yeah.
Well, we should introduce our guest.
Oh, sorry.
I did directly interact with you, and then you were allowed to start talking.
But then you put up the middle fingers.
Then I put up the middle fingers,
and then you put them back down.
They're down, but this is. I invite you to talk with another middle finger. This is this is the nice one. He's a comedian and a writer and the author of the book Nice Try. You can check out his recent comedy special, Positive Reinforcement, on YouTube. Welcome to the show, Josh Gondelman. It's a pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It is a joy to be here.
That's so nice. I wish more of our guests would say that.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Hey, previous guests, take note. You could be saying something really, really nice to us, basically, all the time.
This sounds like the beginning of a podcast that's not going to end with a cyanide-based suicide.
Yeah, I think so. Josh, we like to ask our guests sometimes when we're not talking about biscuit cookies.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the UK? Do you like us?
I am in favor of it.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything in particular you like about the UK, or indeed dislike? Putting aside all of the sort of political stuff that we obviously all hate, because if you're listening to this and you don't hate the same stuff as me politically, turn it off.
Turn it off.
Could you list all of your political beliefs real quick, Libby, just so they know?
I think the Library of Congress should buy the classic episodes of The Simpsons and make them publicly available to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Nationalize The Simpsons.
Nationalize, yeah, but only the classic episodes.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go up to season 9 and no further.
When will The Simpsons enter the public domain?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is it 100 years, or is it 100 years after the last guy dies, or whatever? Or will it ever enter the public domain?
I don't know, because I was thinking about this recently in reference to, because a lot of British stuff doesn't have the same rules. Like stuff can be a lot older, but there's no sort of public domain for it to enter into. But and then wasn't it, like it used to be 100 years and then maybe got expanded out to 150 because of Disney or whatever. They wanted to hold on to Mickey Mouse a little longer.
We just got Winnie the Pooh back a couple of years ago, right? Back. Like it was like Winnie the Pooh was a public property before AA Milne or whatever.
We lent him to China and then we got him back in a deal. Yeah.
That's right. We got some pandas. They got a pantsless bear who's addicted to honey.
Pantsless bear. Who sucks, by the way. Can I tell you, I was never really into Winnie the Pooh, and I tell you why not. Because when I was a child, I was like, why is it called Pooh? That's disgusting.
It is gross.
Call him just like James or something, you know?
His name is Winnie.
James the Pooh.
Well, what about just Winnie the Bear?
Winnie the Bear.
Winnie the Bear's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just my pitch. Okay, I found a Quora post. How long does 20th Century Fox have the rights to Family Guy before it goes into the public domain, like other old shows? Top response says 95 years.
From now?
Well, from the day that it airs. So the first episode of The Simpsons, which aired in first episode of Simpsons
89?
Yeah, that sounds right. December 17th, 1989. So
just under the wire.
I might not live to see it, Charlotte. I'm sorry to say. I mean, almost certainly, actually.
Yeah.
So we're 2084? That's what we're...
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
I've
be
got
94.
plans.
I mean, because I'm just thinking about the fact that no one, I think we've proven now, as stuff has entered into the public domain, no one has any good ideas for what to do with it. It's all, let's make a really bad horror movie with this, and then we're sort of done, you know?
If it's a thing that is like innocent or whimsical, they turn it into a horror movie. I think we should go the other way. Like when Jason Voorhees becomes public domain, series that teaches children how to count. Flip it on him.
Like make him on Sesame Street?
Yeah. Exactly like Make Him on Sesame Street.
Make him on Sesame Street. Does Sesame Street still exist, or did Donald Trump destroy it?
I think it does still exist. It might have
Okay.
moved to Netflix. It was on HBO and HBO
Yeah.
Max for a while. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shell game over there.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it
Well,
definitely
that's
exists
another
because Rami Youssef was just on and people were very mad. Or like
Oh.
conservatives were fake mad about it.
Right, sure.
Mhm.
Okay, so apparently as part of the American Archive of Public Broadcasting, which already exists, and seems like a perfect place to house the classic seasons of The Simpsons.
Mhm.
Just saying, if anybody is interested in joining with me on this, making the change.org petition and stuff. And it seems like America's probably like almost done fixing all the problems, and so we can get to this sort of level of problems, you know, like we're gonna have done everything.
Right.
So okay, so aside from political stuff that we all agree
Yes.
on,
Yep.
what's some stuff you like or don't like about Britain?
What is some stuff that I like or don't like about the UK? So
Or, you know, indeed, like, you know, shows and movies and shit.
Oh, okay. I was looking at through previous episodes and I was like very delighted that you did a Jason Statham episode
Oh,
recently.
yes.
Mhm.
One of my
yes.
favorite exports from your great nations. Love a Jason Statham. I've had the pleasure to work a little bit with with Greg and Alex from Taskmaster recently, and they're so lovely, and the show is so wonderful, obviously. So that's something I'm like considering. I'm trying to like go over to Fringe for 1 week this year in Edinburgh. So I'm gonna try to make that happen.
Okay, let me know if you do, because I have recommendations for stuff to do and
Oh, I
places
would
to
love
go in
that.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, I will bother you about
Edinburgh's
that for sure.
so good. I'm sure, I hear it's horrible during Fringe for all of the reasons you'd expect, but as a city, it's just so fucking great that
Yeah.
I think, yeah, definitely go if you can.
I've never been. I've been to London for a couple of days, and had a wonderful time. We saw Matilda while it was running in London.
Ooh.
My parents and my younger sister and I did, and that was wonderful. We had a great time.
I saw that like because I was really into Tim Minchin at the
Yeah.
time. So I was like, I saw it very early on.
Cool.
And did I tell you about me going to see Matilda? Because
I don't
they were
think so.
doing it in Stratford upon Avon. And
My old stomping grounds.
I was supposed to go there with a girl. She was supposed to come from America to
I do
go
remember
with me.
this. Yes, I
yeah,
remember
and I
this.
bought 2 tickets to go see Matilda, and it was me and my friend who was also there with a girl, and an empty seat next to me. So that
Oh,
was my
no.
Matilda experience. Yeah.
Oh, that really sucks. And we hate her, don't we?
Oh yeah, we're
The
against
girl.
her.
I think within the context of the things that I've described about her, yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm not like wishing harm on her, but like definitely overall negative impression of this girl I know who all I know
Yes.
is she didn't go to Matilda with you.
She didn't
So-
go to Matilda. She didn't go to the UK at all, right? She just didn't turn up in the UK.
Didn't turn up. No.
Yeah.
Honestly, my like relationship with her is so storied that I will simply leave it at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you listen to my episode of Radio Free Tote Bag, you will. There's much more about her.
There is much
in
more.
that one.
Yes. Shout out to Radio Free Tote Bag. Go listen
Yes.
to that. Great episode also with Charlotte.
Speaking of Tim Minchin, which is a little off topic,
Yes.
did you see the Groundhog Day musical?
No, I did really want to see that.
It was
I
a
never
lot
went to
of
check
fun.
it out.
We had a great time. My wife and I went, and the like kind of practical effects and staging they used for some of like the big set pieces from the movie were so much fun. Anyway, going afield. But I do love. I think it's like I love that there's more. I mean, well, grew up a big Monty Python fan,
Of course.
and as an adult, I think it's like cool how permeable comedy has become and stand up, and especially with like people going, like American comics going to the UK to perform,
Yeah.
and then comics from the UK coming to the States, I think is really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. I mean, look, and Taskmaster, a great example of that.
Totally.
So fun to have like Jason Mantzoukas and stuff on Taskmaster. I'm a big fan of the cross-cultural exchange there, for sure.
Okay, well, I mean, you were very vague about your experience recently with the Taskmaster boys, so I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to pry.
No, I
But
can tell
do-
you, it's not a secret.
Oh, go ahead.
They've come to the US a few times to do like press for the premiere of new series. And I got hooked up with them the first year because they needed somebody kind of last minute just to like do a Q&A with them on stage. And so the first time they just did like a premiere and then a Q&A that I moderated. And then the last time they kind of like brought me on a little tour. I couldn't do the whole thing, but I had most of their tour that was like started with a Q&A and then did live Taskmaster with guest comedians in the audience. So which that part I just got to like watch and enjoy, which was a delight. But I interviewed the same two people like 4 times in 5 nights.
Sure.
And
that's a real challenge.
I tried to keep it, and I think we did a good job, but I tried to make it so every conversation was like fun and new for the people having it, the 3 of us on stage, but also that the audience got to hear the answers to like some of the big questions that the audience always has. Yeah. But it was very fun. They're so nice and so brilliant. Yeah.
They seem really cool. That's definitely 2 guys where if I found out they were bad for some reason, it would be really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
For me,
it would kind of break me, I think.
Yeah. But they're not, so we're all good.
I only know great things about them and like I've only had great experiences working with them. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's so great. Yeah, no, I genuinely think Taskmaster is like, it's really fascinating to me how much Americans love it. I know so many Americans that really love it in a way that I don't know maybe any other British TV show that has had the like, you know, at least in our generation. Obviously Monty Python is like the one that everybody says, but like things like, you know, my favorite British TV shows, Peep Show, The British Office, The Thick of It. I don't even know what else. What even I guess
what do you like, Libby?
What do I like?
I feel like those have had there is an American fandom for those, but it feels like it's kind of like closer, except for with The Office crossing over a little more because of how massive the Steve Carell Office was here.
Right.
But like it does feel like kind of Peep Show and The Thick of It are like more the domain of like Americans who are like, I'm specifically into British stuff, like Anglophile types.
Yes. The type of person that would previously have described themselves as an Anglophile and in the last 10 years is more just like, yeah, I like Peep Show. And they leave it
exactly.
at that.
Yep.
It's funny because the reason that so many Americans like it is because they did the thing where you would assume someone would do if their show was like not very good, which is just like put it on YouTube. Just for free, you know?
Such a good point, Charlotte. That's what every show should do. It should be on YouTube.
You just put it on YouTube. That's what I've been doing with the new Taskmaster. I just watch it on YouTube. They do the little YouTube premieres, and I'm like, it's like I'm watching TV, like normal stuff. You know? I like it.
No, for sure. And I would say one of the most frustrating things is like, I mean, one of the most annoying things about media consumption in 2026 is how easy it should be to access almost anything and how it is harder to access a lot of television now than it was, let's say, you know, eight years ago or something, because everything has been put on all these different streaming services. And I was like, oh, you need to subscribe to fucking Bingo to access the first 3 seasons of this or whatever. The Thick of It, for example, I've been rewatching The Thick of It, like unbelievably influential and great British TV show. It is available on BritBox.
Shout out to BritBox.
But you do have to, you know, you have to subscribe to that. And like, it's been so hard to find just like specifically the 2 specials, Rise of the Nutters and Spinners and Losers. Really, really fucking good. Or not quite standalone, but somewhat standalone outside of the, you know, the chronology of the seasons or whatever. And it's just like, that should be everywhere. It should be
everywhere for free. We should just be able to watch it whenever we want.
Library of Congress.
Yes.
I'm getting ahead of myself here, but like, I did sign up for a month of Netflix so I could watch the Spice World movie. Because when I Googled Spice World, I had a result that said watch Spice World on Netflix. So I signed up for a month of Netflix, and it was not on there, which is mostly my fault for not checking Just Watch.
That's false advertising. Yeah. They should have to pay you back.
They should have to pay me back.
Again, if we had the fucking government, if we had proper government, if we had the CFPB or whatever, that would be one of the practices that they would be investigating. You know, it's like, the Biden administration or whatever did all that stuff about being able to cancel stuff with one click and everything, all good stuff. There should be investigation into that. You should not be able to serve an ad that says, sign up for Netflix. Oh, you search for television show? Sign up for Netflix. It's on there probably. You know, that shouldn't, that's not right, is it?
No.
And then you get there and like, I mean, you can watch something here. That's not bad.
We got stuff that's kind of like it.
Yeah, we get something spicy. Everything here takes place in the world.
Absolutely. It's like if someone invited you over to have pizza and then you got there and they were like, oh, I just don't have any pizza. I got some beans in the cupboard. We could have beans and, you could watch me play Fortnite. And I'd be like, wait.
Which is what
no.
I did instead. I ate beans and played Fortnite. So that's all of the research I've done.
I thought we were
Absolutely.
going to Netflix and chill, not Fortnite and beans.
Yes. Oh, Fortnite and beans. Merch idea, Charlotte. Fortnite and beans. And it's a baked bean can. Something. It's just an idea.
I like it.
We're talking
I like
about merch.
Fortnite and beans. I'm trying to figure out what it means, but I do like Fortnite and beans. It cuts to the British thing of just put beans on it. And
Put beans on it.
Are there beans in Fortnite yet? I mean, there should be.
I don't think Fortnite is very British. British stuff in Fortnite.
Yeah, who's been added to Fortnite recently? I got served the ad on my PlayStation that was just like animated moms have come to Fortnite.
I do think the ideal way for beans to appear in Fortnite would be in the person of Mr. Bean.
Oh, oh my god, if you could play as Mr. Bean and
Yes.
your
Would
backpack
rule.
was Teddy.
Backpack with Teddy. Oh, of course it would be.
Wait, I do have a point of stress and tension with the UK, which is several years ago, Rowan Atkinson had in an interview said he's one of those guys that's like an older guy that's like, you can't say anything in comedy anymore. You can't do what I used to do.
Yeah.
And I made some joke about like, oh, you can't even get your head stuck in a turkey because of woke. And 1 zillion people, like the entire population of the United Kingdom yelled at me for not having seen Blackadder. And I had to be like, no, we have like our own stuff over here. I don't need to see like an 8-episode series that's like his second most famous work that came out 35 years ago. It's just like the lowest thing on my to watch queue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, I mean, we did an episode about Blackadder with Hayes Davenport, and Charlotte hadn't seen Blackadder.
No,
so
I hadn't seen it.
those British
And we did a
people-
Mr. Bean episode first, obviously.
Yes, of course we did. It would have been insane to do Blackadder before we did Mr. Bean.
Thank
Charlotte.
you.
Would have been crazy.
That is so weird, and because it was the entirety of the UK, I'm sorry for shouting that at you.
Yeah,
I just
I'm
got caught
sorry.
up in it.
No, it's okay. I understand. People were. I've never been called the C word so many times, and not in the kind of fun, nice way that you all are allowed to do it. We're not.
No. Yeah, no, that wasn't a fun, nice way. That was a horrible way. And
I could
wish we
read
had
I
done
could
it.
read the tone.
You can read the intention.
I'm
yeah.
just doing in my head, how would Mr. Bean say the C word now?
Oh, I bet he would like open his mouth and like a car horn would honk really loud.
Yeah, okay, that would be good. Yeah, I'm trying to think about, or you know how you have keywords to get into certain impressions, and for me it's Teddy.
Yeah, there it is.
Teddy. I think these podcasters are a bit cunty, aren't they?
I think that was really good, legitimately.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put a button on Teddy's cunt.
Slightly less good, but
What?
still really fun.
You've got to put a. Did you say put a button on Teddy's cunt?
Because he does the thing where he puts buttons on Teddy's eyes
Oh,
to give him
of course,
eyes.
right.
But
I
you
was
made it
giving
very
Teddy-
anatomical.
Yeah,
I
you did. I mean, you really look. You did not detach cunt from the
I did not know.
from the meaning of the female twat. Yeah, Charlotte, do you want to?
Oh, I'm
Quote
sorry. I
from
didn't
the-
realize I was speaking with a physician, a board licensed physician here.
Sorry, I was thinking about that because it is a quote from The Thick of It where
Oh,
Ollie
got it.
calls someone a cunt and says, I mean it in the non-misogynist way of the female twat. Charlotte, would you like to do British Thought of the Week?
Let's do British Thought.
Tea's quite nice. What happened to Noel Edmonds? EastEnders. Bloody raining again. How do they make Scotch eggs? Did they finish Brexit or what?
British Thought of the Week.
That's right, Libby. It's time for British Thought of the Week. And I'm really excited to share this British thought with you both. This is one of my favorites.
Ooh.
Here's the thought, and this came from me via being This is actually the specific thought does come from the mind of the person that it's about,
Okay.
which is, why should I move my 4-foot gorilla? That's the thought. Why should I move my 4-foot gorilla? So today I wanted to share with you a situation that's happening in the UK, just outside of Leeds, I believe. The center of the story is a monkey, as she would call him, and has called him, named Caesar. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you both a picture of Caesar.
Okay.
If you could describe this to our listeners.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, the first thing I want to say is that he has his own little shelf. This is the outside of someone's house, one of those terraced houses in the UK. A beautiful red brick, and he is a gorilla.
He is a gorilla.
Is he really 4 feet tall?
I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult with it because he's next to a window, and you're like, that's kind of a tall window.
But maybe from head back 2 feet because he's kind of leaning forward, classic gorilla pose. So maybe it's less height and more depth of 4 feet. That I could see.
He's 4 feet long, almost.
4 feet long.
I do not have the exact dimensions of the gorilla, unfortunately.
No.
I'm so sorry to not have that.
Well, and as we know, gorillas, they walk on their back feet and then they have their knuckles on the ground, and that's how this gorilla looks right now. What sort of expression would you say he has on his face here? It's a little bemused,
I was going to say pensive, so we're in the same zone.
Pensive, yeah.
We'll zoom in here.
The zoom in really changes my...
Yeah.
He looks proud to me, I would say.
Okay.
I'm getting the sort of Lion King surveying my kingdom look.
Okay. I think he looks like he's looking at the real-time information at a bus stop, and it says 9 minutes away, and it said 9 minutes away for the last 5 minutes. That's what
he
I
looks
think.
displeased, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Stoic, but displeased.
Stoic. That's funny because he is right outside of a bus stop as well. He's
Wow.
This particular home is right next to a bus stop.
Okay.
He's also, I want to point out as well, so he's also got a little light on his little shelf too.
Oh my god, he's
Oh.
the lighted gorilla.
Like an uplight.
So he can be lit up in the nighttime. But he does unfortunately need to be moved. Before we get into that though, I did want to talk about Adele, who is the owner of the gorilla.
This
I got
is
another
the
image here.
Adele?
This is the
Adele.
Adele.
She lives in a really small house. I would be surprised.
That's actually just Caesar's house.
Right.
She just loves him so much. She wanted him to have his own home, and she's got the money for it. No, this is Adele Teal, 59 years old, mother of one. Here's an image of Adele outside of her home.
Oh
with,
my God.
Caesar in the background. Again, if you wouldn't mind describing this image to the listeners.
Josh, you can take this one.
So it's a brick building, several rows of windows on the first. It's 2 stories. Caesar is up above the little awning, and there is a large, what seems to be a banner that says that is certainly 4 feet high. That says the Gorilla House. Picture of presumably Caesar. What goes around comes around, which is so menacing.
So menacing, right? What does that have to do with a gorilla?
What does that have to... That's a great question.
Yeah.
So in all of the interviews that I read with Adele, and I did read quite a lot, she does not explain this sign or
Okay.
what goes around comes around really means here. I have to imagine it's just sort of something that a saying that she likes, you know?
Yeah.
Gorilla House. Fuck around and find out.
Okay, so that
Yes.
would be so much better. I would love that.
And she is standing in front in a windbreaker. She's got her arms crossed, kind of, I would say, gently but defiantly in front of
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not exactly stern,
No.
but you don't want to cross her. In part because you know that what she believes is what goes around comes
That's
around.
right. And there's another
wanna-
gorilla at street level
Yeah.
that's like bottom right in the frame.
Yes.
Can't see exactly the material. Oh, looks like just a face, like a mask maybe affixed to a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a gorilla death mask situation going on here.
Again, a little bit haunting. Sort of the head of a gorilla who wronged her kind of vibe, or indeed who wronged the other gorilla, perhaps.
Oh yeah, we don't know.
Ooh.
Right, I guess we don't know on whose side she's invoking karma.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good
Mhm.
point. You know, or really, is she on the gorilla's side at all, or is she just sort of the steward of this sort of like godlike figure that oversees the land?
Mhm. I
Well,
like.
I can tell you,
Oh, okay, please.
she loves a gorilla.
She loves a gorilla.
She loves the gorilla.
She has had this gorilla since 2005.
Okay.
And this is a recent news story that she's been ordered by Wakefield Council to remove Caesar the gorilla. She had him in a similar position outside of her previous home for 15 years. I had him on my property for about 15 years, never had any trouble. Everyone used him as a landmark. She talks about this a lot. How people would describe where they needed to go and where they were based on the gorilla and the gorilla house.
That's
Oh my God. I'll meet you at the gorilla.
Yes.
past the gorilla. You know what's great? I'm positive in her old neighborhood there are people who go, okay, you're gonna want to go 2 blocks past where the gorilla used to be. Like
That's
still
right.
doing that.
Yes.
That's right.
If they give directions anything like my dad.
Yeah.
Well, they don't say blocks in the UK. We never
do they
said
say?
blocks. I don't know, Charlotte. Roads?
We don't have like
We don't have blocks.
We don't have a word for like
Huh.
like a sort of square footage of space in sort of a residential like term. No, we just
Yeah.
have streets. You go left and right at the various streets, but there's no blocks.
You'd say second right after the gorilla or something. wouldn't
Second
You
right
would.
after where the gorilla used to be.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Exactly.
you? Yeah. Weird place.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But yes, recently Adele moved house. And what she did is she was like, well, I don't have enough room for Caesar anymore. Very sad. So
No.
she sold Caesar. And then
Still Caesar. Sorry, that sucks so bad. It is like, but if I didn't get it out, that would have just been an intrusive thought for the rest of my
No,
life.
it's good. It's good. It's
Yeah.
It
good.
would be my last words. Sail Caesar.
Sell Caesar, she did as well because she sold him and then she bought him back because she missed him. So she I don't know how much she sold Caesar for, and it's unclear exactly how much she bought him for originally. I wasn't able to find a listing for this particular kind of gorilla, the 4-foot gorilla, but she did buy him at like a garden center, I believe. He's just like a
Sure.
garden ornament.
Yeah.
But she bought him back for 600 quid. I
Damn.
have to imagine that whoever bought and then resold the gorilla got a good deal,
Yeah.
a good markup on that.
I hope-
yeah, no.
I hope he
'cause-
didn't soak her too bad though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no. You'd feel kind of bad, you know, with this woman being like, "That's my gorilla who I love and miss."
Yes.
You wouldn't want to
And
do
you're
that.
like,
But
well,
also,
for
if I'm
50% markup.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Another 50 quid maybe. Well, but I'm glad they're reunited.
I'm happy they're reunited as well. But the situation. Oh yeah, and then she also she only recently was like, I'm not going to put him up on the wall. Obviously, I'm not going to do that again.
Ridiculous.
And then she's quoted saying that she did put him back up the wall because, quote, that's where he belongs in my eyes. Okay, so that's Adele. That's where he. I have a lot of just quotes from Adele that I want to read out at some point as well.
love them.
But somebody complained about Caesar. Somebody in the neighborhood, an unknown
Some
person.
snitch. Yeah.
Yes. And they the current issue is that she did not have planning permission.
Ooh, I hate this so much.
Yeah. Same.
Planning permission, a very British thing, right, Libby?
Well, I think also in America too.
It feels like-
they talk about permits.
Yeah, like an
Permits,
HOA
okay.
thing too. If
Yeah.
you're like in a
Yes.
development,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. I think Britain does not have a monopoly on like curtain twitching twattery where you know, you're sort of in everyone's business. And also, I mean, I would say that the sort of American, what I think of as the American version, but I'm sure is the same in Britain, where you are so concerned about the value of your house going up that, for example, if someone doesn't have the right color door or has a 4-foot gorilla in their yard and you're concerned that will knock a couple grand off the price of your house, which, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You know? So
Agreed.
maybe it's that.
But
I think, yeah.
I would
No,
be
go ahead, Josh.
open
Mhm.
to a concern about safety if it felt like the gorilla was precariously affixed to the house.
Yes.
But on grounds of process and permitting, this is snitch behavior, and I don't care for it.
Yes, I think
Agreed.
you are right, because it may well be that the letter of the law is that you're supposed to get permission before you put a gorilla on your house.
Mhm.
But the spirit is like, why does planning permission exist? So that people don't put up like a fucking shack and then rent it out as an Airbnb and then someone dies in it, you know? That I don't think there's really any risk of that with the I suppose, unless the gorilla fell. The falling gorilla?
My understanding is that the gorilla is very well, at least based on what Adela said, the gorilla is very well affixed to his perch and is also quite light as well. And so if you were to tumble off and potentially cause some damage, I'm sure she would be liable for that. But I doubt Caesar's gonna harm a lot. But yeah, the Wakefield Council has said the statue is not a minor decorative feature, but is a prominent eye-catching structure and is out of character with the surrounding area. It is an obtrusive feature on the residential street and fails to represent the character and appearance of the surrounding area.
Well, you know what this means? All the other houses need gorillas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
100%.
More than one way
100%.
to
This
skin a
needs to
cat.
become Gorilla Street.
Yeah.
You know?
That would rule. Adele, you could really make local change. Nationalize The
change
Simpsons, a
Yeah.
gorilla on every house.
A gorilla on every, in every pot. Yeah. This reminds me of, I wonder if it still exists. The Headington shark? Yes, it does.
Yes, I was gonna bring up the shark because this isn't a quote. This is a quote from Adele. I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. I like that it's a bit quirky, and I don't know anyone else that's got a gorilla attached to their house other than the bloke with a 25-foot shark in his roof.
Yes.
Now, obviously, Adele, that is a shark and not a gorilla, but we do understand your point.
Different animals. Yeah.
Yes.
No, this is the
That's
Headington
fun.
shark in Oxford. My friend used to live around the corner from this, so I would see it often. And it is kind of true that you knew where you were when you saw the shark. You know, you're like, oh, right, I know where I am. It's the Shark Street, you know?
Yeah. And for the listeners, the shark is fucking massive compared to Caesar. And
It makes
way
it makes
bigger.
Caesar look like a little fucking cat. It makes Caesar look like a tiny, small creature. Whereas the shark,
That's right.
this might be the size of a real shark or bigger.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think it was also like an art piece, right? Which I think is the reason that it was allowed to stay up, as opposed to Caesar, who is really just up there because a lady loves her gorilla and just wants people to see it. And the gorilla makes her happy.
This photo makes it look like the fucking Freedom Tower.
Just
Yeah.
like a light pointed straight up from the shark.
Exactly, yeah, it's incredible.
Remember what
I
was
did-
taken from us.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, apparently they are trying to take away our large animals that are on
That's
the
right.
sides of our houses. I did also want to quickly show you, because I feel like I have a little bit of an insight into the mindset here of the gorilla person, because in the village where I grew up, there is a duck. There is a, this sounds like a children's story. In the village, there is a duck. And that duck is
No,
named...
picture Jason Voorhees telling this story.
No. Too scary. There's a lady who lives on the corner of, I want to say, the main road that goes through the village. And she lives on a corner that is like pretty much in the middle of the village. And there's a ceramic duck affixed to her outer wall. And she dresses it up for various occasions. And as you can see here, the duck, which does have a name, but I don't remember what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is very small. If we're doing, this is duck sized. Whereas I would say the gorilla was slightly smaller than real gorilla size, and the shark was perhaps even bigger than real shark size.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. And I think the duck is gonna get by based on the fact that you could. This seems like the kind of place where you could like have a real duck wander up, right? And so
Totally.
it feels like it's sort of like it's an animal of the environment, unlike the shark and the gorilla.
As far as I know, there are no ducks in Hawley, but I do accept your premise that this is the sort of place where
Yes.
there might be a real duck. I'm going to just quickly see more dates here and see if there's another outfit. Okay, yeah. So we've gone back to July 2022, and there's what looks like, is that like a Roman helmet or something?
Yeah.
thought-
Is it
I
been
thought
blurred
a
out a little
bonnet.
bit by Google Street View?
I think Google Street View has sort of. I'm sure that they use. Well, there's actually a lot of blurs. I wonder if it was just rain on the lens of the camera. And
The
I'm going to go back
old-fashioned
to 2011 here, and you can see in March 2011 he's got a little scarf and a little hat because
Okay.
I'm sure it was cold. But
Yeah.
the lady who lives there would dress him up for all sorts of occasions, like any occasion, include as far as like July 4th, which we do not celebrate in the UK. She would dress him up like Uncle Sam.
Sore subject over there, I imagine.
Ugh. No, no, we don't bloody care, right?
We don't care, but we do care when people think we care. Okay.
Exactly. We covered this with David Sims last
Sorry.
year. British people who get really upset at the idea that Americans think we might celebrate 4th of July, which is very stupid. Also,
It's so funny.
I'm going to see if I can find the Banbury Guardian
I
article about her.
I love that kind of question because it's so curious without thought. Like I used to get asked because I grew up in a town without that many Jewish people, and people would frequently ask me if I celebrated Thanksgiving. And like as a second grader, I didn't have the like 3D thought capacity to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why wouldn't I do that? But
Right.
it's such a funny, like, no, this isn't, do you think this is like Christianity?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. It's just there is a particular American, I think, inability to, because look, even very smart Americans I know have asked me if we celebrate Thanksgiving, and I'm just like, just think for a minute.
Just think for him. Yeah.
Just
Right.
think for a minute. Okay, so I didn't find. I could have sworn there was a Banbury Guardian article about the duck, but there's also this article from BBC News School Report where there are school reporters from Banbury School. This is in 2008, so I would have just left Banbury School. So this is like a long ass time ago. Her name is Judy. The duck's name is Judy.
The
Aw.
duck's name is Judy.
Yes, and
And
it's,
Judy wears a little hat and a scarf sometimes.
That's right, and it's
I do think
Maureen
if
is the lady
if
who-
Adele put some
yeah.
clothes on Caesar, I think that the community would warm to him more. Honestly,
Yes,
I think it would help Adele's case.
Do you think that is just because outfits on a gorilla statue would be charming, or do you think people are unnerved by his nudity?
I think I don't know if they would. I don't know if the person who commented on Caesar was like, "Well, I hate this naked gorilla.
I hate
therefore
this
he must
nude
go."
gorilla. Yeah,
But it might be in the back of the mind, and maybe if Caesar was made to seem more like a person in their mind, then they would be more inclined towards him.
yes, I would say I can't imagine the person who would not be more charmed and who would not enjoy more the gorilla that was wearing a nice dress, or or a Father Christmas outfit, or
Yes.
Easter Bunny gorilla. You know, I think this is definitely a model. You know, Judy the Duck, I think, is a model to follow. Having said that, I sort of feel like whichever twat it was who said, "Oh, she didn't have the planning permission to put that gorilla up."
Mr. Bean?
Could have been Mr. B. We don't know.
She's a real cunt.
Yeah. Ted,
Anyway, I want to close the loop on,
Sorry.
on Caesar here.
I'm so interrupting. I apologize.
No, this
You're not.
is fine. This is how podcasts work. It's all good. No, she has until June 9th to remove Caesar, which will be the day after this episode comes out. So we will have to wait and see exactly what she's going to do. She has said, if I have to move him, I will move him and put him in a better spot, which sort of says that she probably will not be facing the up to £20,000 fine that she's looking down the lens of if she continues to not move the gorilla. I also want to show you both a video of her as well, because she is great, and I would like you to pay close attention to how she says the word ridiculous.
okay.
Look, I don't want to go to court. I don't want to go to magistrates. I don't want to go to Crown Court because this is what they're saying, and it's going to cost around about £20,000, which is absolutely ridiculous over a plastic monkey at end of the day, which it is really.
End of day.
So you know, if I have to take it down, I have to take it down. It's not harming anyone, it's plastic. It's not real, I'm not stupid, you know, it's just a plastic gorilla. People need to get a life.
Oh my god, she's my hero.
Isn't she so good? I really love
so
this straw man she's created where people think that she would think the gorilla is real.
It's not hurting the gorilla. No one's at risk from gorilla rampage. It's plastic.
Fuck, man.
She's the kind of like news character that I'm like, gosh, I love this one opinion of hers and have no desire to hear what she thinks about anything else.
Yes, for sure. Let me finish off by just reading you some of my my favorite quotes. He's not going to jump off that perch and run over into a field.
Mm-hmm.
He is my best friend, and I don't ever plan to move him.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves Caesar. He is a part of the community.
Yes.
He's nothing more than a garden ornament, and I don't agree that he needs planning permission. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
The council says it's structural, but he can be taken down. I could put a Christmas tree up there if I wanted.
Yeah.
I love gorillas. I think they're amazing, and Caesar makes me smile. He makes me happy.
This is so... Yes, you know what I say to this is jealousy council, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Reference
a
to
jealousy council, exactly.
Jealousy council, yes, reference to our friend Tom Walker's excellent post about Coco the gorilla. I really hate them. I hate everybody who has a problem with her, unless we find out she's racist or something, in which case, you know, I would denounce, and that would be a milkshake gorilla situation, of course.
Yeah. Adele, please just keep on talking about your gorilla Caesar and nothing else. And we wish you all the best. I did find a GoFundMe that I think she made for it as well.
She did?
It was difficult for me to find out if it was actually her.
Right.
The person, which I have to assume is her, was asking for £3,500, and she raised about 108. But again, I'm not encouraging people to donate to it just because I don't really know what she needs the money for.
What are the funds for? Yeah.
Well,
she didn't explain that on the GoFundMe.
Okay.
just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. Look, I'll say
Caesar's
this.
college fund.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want my gorilla to go to college all of a sudden? You don't want my gorilla to have an education? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I do think, look, if she does get fined, I'd chuck her a tenner to support the fight for Caesar. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this, but I just like her, all right?
I do like her as well. I think she should be allowed to have a gorilla outside her house, and I think whoever said that it was an eyesore. Again, other thing of note, her house faces a field too. It's not like someone is on the other side of the road, like having to look at this gorilla all the time.
Yeah.
Getting to look at this gorilla all the time.
Exactly.
Right.
It would be a privilege to live across the road from Caesar, in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, we don't know currently what's going to happen, so maybe we can check in again. I'll be keeping my eyes on this story for sure. That was British Thought, and if you have an idea for a British Thought that you want to send us, please do that. Our email, as always, is whatsallthispost@gmail.com. And now it is time for us to talk about the Spice Girls. This is a really big one to be doing the Spice Girls. This is a huge one. Josh, you wanted to talk about the Spice Girls. Do you like the Spice Girls?
You know, I think I do.
Yeah.
This is an honor I do not take lightly, as appearing on your Spice Girls episode. I was like going back in my mind to think about my past experiences with the Spice Girls, like my perceptions of them. And every time a new fresh Spice Girls song like was called to memory, I was like, that's a good song. Can't argue with that. So yeah,
dude.
I'm pro Spice Girls.
Spice Girls. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we don't need to explain what the Spice Girls are to anyone.
Not at all.
That would be completely redundant. That they were I believe like the biggest girl band, and maybe still kind of like are in terms of like record sales.
Do you think young people are like? Do you think 23-year-olds are aware of the Spice Girls?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I wish I knew any.
My like assumption is yes, but I would believe they would be interested in them because they would be like, this is an aesthetic now.
For sure.
That like we don't necessarily care about the music. It's just like the sort of 90s, early noughties like girl pop, girl power look and vibe. That is a thing that I imagine that people are just like into in that way. But I don't imagine that anybody these days is like, I love them as much as people did when they were big.
And
That's
they
my
were,
guess.
like you said, huge band.
So I don't know anyone who's 23, but we do know someone, Charlotte, who is 26.
Who's that?
Caitlin.
Caitlin, who we did our S Club 7 episode.
That's
with,
right. I'm going to
of
ask her
course.
right now, and hopefully she'll get back to me during the episode. Do you know
Okay.
Spice? Okay, hang on. We are recording What's All This Then, and we want to know, do young people, that's you, brackets, that's you,
She's almost 10 years younger than us. That's young people.
know the Spice Girls? All right. Hopefully we'll get an answer from Caitlin during the recording of this episode. Our friend
Okay.
Slow
Our friend Slowpoke, yes. So my I wanted to sort of come into the Spice Girls episode and be like, can I objectively judge any of their music? Which I feel like I did do with S Club 7. I was a big fan of them. That was like my first album. And when I was listening to a lot of the Spice Girls music, I was just like, this is just music that is essentially the same as like the stuff I was played in the womb, right? It's just stuff that has always been there, you know? Okay, come
Stuff
on.
you were played in the womb.
You know how some people are like, oh, I'm going to play like classical music to this baby.
Yeah, if you want, and then you play Spice Girls if you want your baby to be cool.
Exactly. All right, fine. My analogy wasn't perfect, Libby. You
No,
happy?
It's not that it's the analogy isn't perfect. I just want to know what your mum was playing you in the womb.
I don't know. I don't think my mum was playing me anything in the womb, unfortunately.
No, I think the classical music thing is insane bullshit, by the way.
Yes, no, I agree. I have to imagine that doesn't do anything other than maybe
I'm going to make
the
my
parents
baby
happy.
posh by
Yeah.
playing it Mozart. Give me a
Do you
break.
think you can make your baby other things by playing it other kinds of music? You know what I mean? Or if you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
played Dua Lipa so that my baby like can't dance very well or whatever.
Or is Albanian or something?
Or something. Yeah, God, I hope this baby comes out Albanian.
I really need this baby to be Albanian. I don't know why. Yeah, like play video game music, come out good at Dark Souls.
That's
You
right.
know,
That
that
would
kind
be
of
nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very excited. There's so many experiments you can do on your little baby.
I guess
So-
what I mean is like they
yeah.
started when I was like 4, right?
Yeah. hmm
So I'm like, you grow up and you're just like, okay, that's one of the songs that the kids are playing. It's like it's fucking school disco music is what it is, right? I'm just
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've just been this has been incepted in me, and I feel like I've spent my life always knowing it, and therefore I can't like come back to it and be like, here's what I like and here's what I don't like.
I understand.
Like with every song that I hadn't heard, I was like, I don't really know if I'm into this. But every one that I had heard, I was like, how can I judge?
Right.
This is like the
just
air
one
I
of the
breathe.
songs, right?
Yeah.
This is like if asking if a door creaking open sounds good or bad. You're like, it's how could it? But how could it sound a different
so
way?
true.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. No, you are right. I don't know that I have that same sense of ubiquity with them. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I know they started when I was 4. I don't remember really being like aware of them until I was maybe 7 or 8. By which point I was old, you know. I'd been around the block. You know, I'd had a few.
So you did have blocks. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh shit! You're right. You got me. Yeah. The village block. Yeah.
No, it was the block she was playing with at school.
I've been around the blocks.
I've been around the blocks. Yes, I'm in year 3 and I'm still playing with blocks. No, I remember getting into the. Maybe it was around the time the film came out. Spice World, of course.
Spice World.
Which
Dune, as Charlotte
the
decided.
film Dune came out, right?
Mhm.
I watched
David
that-
Lynch's Spice World.
Oh, that's a really strong pitch.
Can I be
from-
honest? Because I did watch Spice World. It is so barely a movie.
Yeah.
It is just here is a bunch of extremely disconnected ideas. And in that way, it did feel a little Lynchian to me at times.
Okay, I'm gonna need someone to do an edit for us of Spice World clips, but it's got the Laura Palmer theme,
Yeah.
which is basically the single greatest comedic shortcut in the world. It's just always funny to put the Laura Palmer theme over stuff. I watched the trailer for it, not the movie, because you said I didn't need to, but the trailer, and I was like, this kind of looks good.
Oh yeah, Josh, I assume you've seen Spice World at some point.
I don't think I've seen the whole movie.
You haven't seen it, no?
Yeah. It was definitely the age I was at. I think it was like my friends and I were not going to the movie. As ubiquitous as the music was, I'm like, even as we were kind of like low key, like, oh, this is fun to hear. I don't think we were looking to see the continuing adventures of the Spice Girls on screen.
No.
I mean, I do think when I was watching it, Libby, I was like, yeah, this is barely a film, but I do think it is still a fun movie to watch.
I was laughing a little bit at some of the bits. And that's kind of my take on the Spice Girls, having read a little bit about them. And I read some of a mostly kind of disgustingly written Rolling Stone article from 1997 about the Spice Girls. And I was like, these girls sound kind of cool and fun, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like they seem... Okay, first of all, they seem way cooler than the fucking S Club 7 people. Because when we talked about S Club 7, it was, you know... the S Club 7 was an attempt to recreate the Spice Girls, right? They were like, this was successful. Why don't we just do that again? And it thus had this sort of sheen of shit to it. This kind of air of like, you know, plasticity, I would say. Whereas the Spice Girls, I don't know that, I mean, also just, I think, a product of a pretty bad system.
Yes, I've been watching like a bunch of documentaries about the Spice Girls, and it seems like they were in a pretty shit situation that they made quite a good situation out of.
Yeah,
right, because they were like a management team was like, come and audition when we'll assemble like a girl group,
right?
And the management team, I think they're called Heart. They were like, it was like a father and son management team, and they were like, we are not going to give any of you girls any contracts.
Yes.
We're going to put you all in a house together and give
In
you,
a
I believe,
house?
like 50 quid a week, and then you're going to go on the dole, basically.
Yeah.
And the no contract thing was basically, you guys are sort of all interchangeable, and we're going to be sort of removing members of the band and putting new ones in, which they did. There's a woman called Michelle who was part of the original lineup of Touch, which is what they were called before they were the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
I don't like it.
I hope they didn't have similar names. Like, I hope there wasn't like Sexy Touch, like
Sort of sporty touch.
creepy touch,
Scary touch.
scary touch.
just a kind of witch's weathered hand.
But they were the ones who were like, no, we want to be called Spice, right? They had opinions about it, and then they were also like, you know what, we don't really like this manager, so we're just going to leave. And because he hadn't put any of them under a contract, they could just be like, yeah, we'll fucking go. There's like a rumor that they like stole their masters in the middle of the night or whatever.
That's fun.
Which it's like apocryphal, but I do just like the idea of it. So that element of it I like.
Girls.
Yes.
Charlotte, can I read you the start of this Rolling Stone article from 1997?
Yeah, go ahead.
As the Spice Girls take their seats, Mel B picks up her cloth napkin and uses it to rummage around inside a nostril. They have gathered in this private function room at the Four Seasons Hotel in New York so that I may discover a little more about them. You quickly learn that in the flesh, as on record and video, the most important value in Spiceland is not decorum. Everyone picks their nose, shrugs Jerry. President Clinton picks his nose. You know what, love? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pick your nose if you're a woman.
That's so fucking weird.
That's right.
It's so fucking weird.
And
It gets worse from there.
it's such like a because if that same reporter specifically were like, I'm sitting across from Bob Dylan to interview him, and Bob Dylan picked his nose, I'll tell you when that interview description would start: the moment after he finished picking his nose.
Josh, you are so fucking right, and it pisses me off. And it's, you know, this whole article is about like, oh, these silly giggly girls, and aren't they beautiful? And you know, isn't it interesting that they're sort of naughty? You know, that horrible tone.
Wait, well, normal, right? Obviously, very beautiful women, but also just normal. And
yes,
right.
That was kind of what I was thinking watching some clips of them. I was like, it's refreshing that obviously they are gorgeous, but they're also like, they're not like insanely gorgeous, you know? They're like British gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, this was one of the things I wanted to bring up, because they say that shit a lot. And then like former manager, right? The guy at Heart. They were like making documentaries about the Spice Girls before they were the Spice Girls, which is kind of crazy that they have all of this material. But he was like, I don't think they're the best looking girls in the world, but they're attractive and unthreatening. And it really seemed like they internalized this as well.
Yeah.
That they would like, no, we're not like the tallest. We're not like. I think that the level they were looking for was, are they models or not? Like, are they which I like that element of it. Sort of makes me a little bit mad personally.
Well, it's also like it feels like that kind of that first manager is like the classic girl group boy band thing of like one mustachioed pervert is like, parents, bring me your children to dance for me.
Yes.
And then people do.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it is kind of crazy to think about Baby Spice having been 18 when she joined the band. That's too young.
It is. Yeah. No, it is insane.
Can I read you one more paragraph from this gross thing?
Yeah. Please do.
And then I'll stop. A personal glimpse number 1. When a Spice Girl goes back to her hotel room at the end of the day, tired but satisfied, she may bathe and put on a dressing gown, and she will want to put her hair up. Sometimes she will use a scrunchie, but as often as not, inspired by the pioneering example of Mel B, she will sit on her bed watching TV or reading or talking on the telephone or thinking with a pair of underpants twisted into her hair. A G-string is naturally the best because there isn't so much butt-covering material to get in the way. She may insist on clean underwear for this purpose, though if she is Mel B, she will be happy enough if the underwear has just been taken off. My knickers don't smell anyway, says Mel B. They smell of roses, and I think it's nicer to wear something that's lived in rather than fresh, crisp, and clean. Just thinking about how much this guy was fucking jacking off while he was writing this.
Yeah, who wrote this? And are they dead already?
Great question. His name is Chris Heath, and I will be Googling him right now.
Does Chris Heath still have a career?
Oh, it says here he subscribed to the Patreon.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like he hasn't written in a while. Oh, shame.
Oh dear. Oh well. Poor thing. Yeah, no, that is horrible, obviously. That is super, super nasty.
Because also what's left out of that article is like, how do you get to that point where that's what you're writing? Like, what question prompted that answer?
Yeah.
Right. People really need to know exactly what the Spice Girls are, quote, really like.
Hey, what do you do with your underwear at the end of the day?
Oh, god damn it, he is still writing. He's writing for GQ.
Oh,
This sucks.
No, that's horrible. I mean, like, just the way that the media treated them generally was horrible, as it would be with a girl group, like in the 90s and early noughties for sure. I was like interested to find out how they got their names.
Yes.
And that, it turns out, it was actually just directly from the media as well. If you guys didn't know
I
this.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't you think that puts a little bit of an even worse spin
on Scary Spice?
On the fact that the black one is called Scary Spice?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean, it's one thing if like some, if they did it, or even some fucking record executive was like, oh, we'll call her Scary Spice. But the fact that some twat in a magazine was like, I guess the only word I can think of for this lady is scary. Fucking insane.
Yes, I do have the Top of the Pops article, if you can call this an article, that started it all. The title is Spice Rack. Holy herbs. We're putting our cardamoms on the table and bringing you our very own Top of the Pops cut out and keep guide to the Spice Girls. All right. And then it's the Spice Girls' various heads on top of Schwartz Spice little blends. And then we have scary, loud voice and a pierced tongue. So that's how she got that one.
Yeah.
Scary, loud voice and a pierced tongue. Baby Spice,
I
like a
them all
baby
singing
doll.
at roughly the same volume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Basically, almost indistinguishable, I would say, on the records.
Yeah, for sure. Baby Spice, like a baby doll, all soft and fluffy.
Blech.
Yeah. Posh Spice, so sophisticated, she's a real lady. Lady spelled Laydee.
Ugh.
Ginger Spice, ginge on top with extra sauce.
With extra
And then In my opinion, poor Mel C, who
Yeah, this
just
is
sort
the
of
worst
always
one.
gets nothing.
Yeah.
Sporty Spice, ball control is her speciality.
They're talking about bollocks, Charlotte.
They're talking about bollocks, indeed. They are doing that. Do you guys have a favorite?
Can I look? I've been debating whether or not I should say this, and we can cut it out if you think it's bad. When I was a kid, I was very consciously woke.
Mm-hmm. Libby was the first one to come up with the word.
I invented woke. No,
Mhm.
I was. I don't know where I got this, but it was very important to me to be woke. And so when I knew about, as soon as I knew about the Spice Girls, I immediately was like, well, of course, Scary Spice is my favorite.
Mhm.
And I consciously chose, I was like, Scary Spice is the coolest. But I did genuinely think she was really cool. But I did do that as a sort of like, I want to be sort of anti-racist. And so I'm choosing to make the black one my favorite. But she was also the coolest, right?
She's
I mean,
very
she's
cool.
extremely cool. Yeah.
She's really cool. Whenever I was watching the clips or whatever, I was like, yeah, she seems really cool and funny. You know?
Mhm.
I mean, today when I was watching the clips, I don't mean when I was a kid. I remember going to a friend's birthday party when I was 7 or 8. And like there was like a performer there who was having, she was making us all like scream really loudly. And I remember screaming as loudly as I could and thinking as a 7-year-old, Scary Spice would be so proud of me.
That's really cute.
That is nice. That's really nice, Livy.
But I do think she's the coolest one. And I think Posh is obviously the worst.
Is Posh the worst one? I think I'm because I want to divorce them a little bit from their actual personalities, like them as people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just be looking at them as sort of the characters of the Spice Girls,
right,
which is
yeah.
kind of
Sure.
what they became, you know. And in that sense, look, I was just going to look at the one I thought was most attractive. That's what I was doing when I was
understand.
like 5 years old, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like, who's my favorite because of that? And then because of that reason, it was always Baby for me. It was always
Really?
Baby. Yeah.
Baby?
Yeah.
Huh.
Libby's judging me because
I'm not-
I picked the least woke Spice Girl choice.
The whitest one. I don't know. I just never really thought about her. You know, I would say I
Sure.
feel nothing about Ginger Spice nor Baby Spice. Those are both nothing to me.
I was going to say I had a slight preference towards Ginger Spice,
Interesting. Well, I think
but
she
for
I think
similar
she has
reasons
a
as Charlotte and Baby.
yeah, she definitely has a sexiness to her.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like
Oh,
she's,
indeed.
Yes, I believe she was the slutty Spice.
And
Yeah.
even in the 90s, you couldn't call her that.
Yeah.
Not even in Top of the Pops magazine.
Not even the top of the Pops magazine, exactly. Yeah, no, she was the one who pinched at the time Prince Charles's ass when she met him and gave him a big kiss as well.
Wow.
And I can't remember which one. There's a shot. There's like a photo of one of the other Spice Girls. I think it might be Mel C wiping lipstick off of King Charles that I guess must have come there from Jerry.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Wiping the king.
Now, I think I can make you have an opinion about Jerry Spice, though, Libby, if you hadn't already heard that she once said that she thought Margaret Thatcher was the first Spice Girl.
Are
you aware of that?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Iron
like-
Spice.
That's truly up there. That's like in the pantheon of Justin Bieber signing the book at the Anne Frank house that Anne Frank would have been a believer.
Oh my god, that's so good. Yeah, maybe not quite as good as that, but really, really fucking good. She was the first Spice Girl. I mean, man.
Yeah.
I do also remember her thing being she's like wearing the Union Jack dress and stuff, which maybe didn't have quite the connotations that it would today, but even so, it's not interesting.
A little jingoistic, sure.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, she was like, I want to wear the Union Jack dress. And then someone said, is it a bit racist? And then she said, no, it's just the Union Jack. And then as a result, they put a huge peace sign on the back. to sort of cancel it out. So that's
Okay.
That's the origin
funny.
of that. So it
Now-
really feels like just sort of not a lot of thought went into it. Yeah.
Was Margaret Thatcher, would she have been austerity spice? Like, what was her name?
Yeah, strike breaking spice,
Mm-hmm.
murder spice, Reaganomics spice, bitch spice is what it
I
is.
like bitch spice. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
I think
my
was it
favorite.
was it episode 1 where I said of Margaret Thatcher, "You're a dead bitch." So
Yeah,
dead
yeah,
bitch spice.
Dead bitch spice. Yeah.
Oh, she was the first Spice Girl, but not till after she was dead.
Yes, right.
Mhm.
They posthumously inducted her into the Spice Girls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did write down as something to talk about, which is what we do on the podcast.
Mhm.
If both of you were going to be summed up by a spice moniker, what would your spice names be?
Spice Monica. I'd rather be a Spice Rachel.
Livy,
You like that,
I really
Charlotte?
like that.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
really
I
like that.
Yeah.
I did like it. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's sticking out her tongue now.
All right, I'll try not to think of anything too negative in a way that is sort of sad and not funny.
Mhm.
hmm
Gamer Spice.
Gamer spice. I think you would be gamer spice, actually.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Yeah, I think that's right, because it does feel like, okay, pick one thing that you do, and we're going to that is sort of like an arbitrary part of you, but something you like, we're going to define you completely by that, which I feel like that's what happened with Sporty Spice, really.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. What about you, Josh?
I think this is so earnest. I think I would be Friendly Spice, but that is more of like a Smurf name.
Look, you are really friendly.
I am really
Yeah.
friendly.
You're really friendly, and I do love friendly spices. I think you're friendly spice. You just are.
Hey guys.
I'm friendly spice. Hope you're doing well.
Kind of a hurtful
Oh.
impression, but sure, yeah, that's the tone.
Okay, I was doing an impression of the kind of Smurf, I think, wasn't I?
yeah. You took it to a Smurf place.
I took it to a Smurf's place.
Took it to
yeah.
a Smurf place. Yeah, exactly.
And Charlotte?
Yeah, mine's tranny spice. Anyway, what's the next question? what's the next question? I did want to, with the Prince Charles thing as well, there's also one of the things they like to bring up is the fact that they've met Nelson Mandela.
Oh,
And
that was one of the things that he liked to bring up too, is I met the Spice Girls.
I actually
Yeah.
remember they didn't meet Nelson Mandela.
They didn't?
It's the Mandela
Got Livy.
effect, isn't it? It's the Mandela effect.
It's the
We love the
Mandela effect.
Mandela
Yeah,
effect
yeah.
over here.
Unless it didn't actually happen, but I did watch a video of Nelson Mandela saying it while he was standing next to the Spice Girls. He said, "This is the greatest moment of my life."
Oh, that's so nice.
They spiced
Isn't
up
it?
his life.
They did
Spiced
spice
up
up his life.
life. He went to Spice World.
Yeah, so that's
That's
right.
so lovely. Do you want to do your personality quiz, Charlotte?
Oh no, I didn't do that.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. No,
I
no
told you
problem.
I might do a personality quiz, and then I. Well, a lot of the time I was like watching like documentary footage of them, and I was just sort of getting a little bit sad because they do seem cool.
Yeah.
And I like that it feels like for a manufactured band
Yeah.
that they were able to put a lot of their actual personalities into it, and that is one
Right.
of the things that I like about it. Like I do think that one of the defining things about the Spice Girls for me is that they are all so different, and they were never really wearing like matching outfits, right? They would always just come out as like the caricature version, but still like a version of themselves, you
Right.
know? And I think when I think about like female friendship, I sort of like think of them, of just like we just have a bunch of just like different types of women,
Yes.
and they're all coming together, as opposed to we're going to like kind of put all of you into one box together, which I know is something they resisted, you know.
If I can be a little earnest about it, right? I do think it was like meaningful to me to have a song that said whatever it was, blah blah blah, friendship never ends. It was the idea of it was it's better to be friends than have boyfriends or whatever. That was real and good.
Yes.
And that was like meaningful. Am I crazy?
No, I don't think you're crazy at all. I think that's why I like Wannabe so much.
When I think back to how I felt when I was a kid, trying to strip away some of the sort of cynicism of being an adult about it and looking back and all that stuff. It really was nice to like. There's just something about it that hits different, like than S Club, for example. When we talked about S Club, I was very negative about it, and just something about this. It's so embarrassing to say, but I really do think, as an 8-year-old girl, I did feel slightly empowered by the Spice Girls.
Well, I think that's good.
It's all right, isn't it?
I get that. I think that's completely fine. Listen, a lot of people criticize them for sort of like having like diet feminism, right?
Sure, yeah.
Where they're coming through with this sort of like girl power, and it's just like how with like the notion that they're using this to kind of sell themselves. But my read on it is that they just wanted to inject stuff that they actually thought and believed into their like product in a way that sure got watered down, right? But it's still in there, right? Which I do like, and I agree with you, Libby, on the topic of Wannabe. That it is just nice that their first song was just like, yeah, we like boys. Here's all the kinds of sex we want to have with them, but also. It's about the friendship first. That's right. I think it's hard for me to shit on that too much.
Yeah.
It's fun. I think if you're like evaluating, and like, stop me if I'm being too dude about this, but I think if you're evaluating the Spice Girls on the rubric of like how much feminism is maybe the wrong way, right? Because like it's not like suffrage, but if you evaluate the Spice Girls on like how fun and enjoyable and like wholesome as pop music is the messaging that you're getting versus like how toxic and cynical and like withering is it. I think it like comes off a lot better where you're like, oh, this is like a fun song that doesn't teach you anything about like make yourself smaller, enjoy the world less. This isn't for you.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's 100% right.
Yeah, no, I do like them. I do think their movie is bad. I do. It is sort of insane the number of cameos in it. Yes. I did want to talk about this,
please,
as well. This one is really just for me and Libby, unless Josh, you happen to have seen The Crystal Maze.
I've not seen The Crystal Maze.
His name is escaping me right now. Jasper something, right? He also like created the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He is in it. Why did I start this whole bit about who's in the Spice Girls movie without actually knowing I haven't written any of these down? Okay, Roger Moore is the only one I wrote down. Roger Moore, for people who don't know, he played James Bond. Yes. He's not the manager of the Spice Girls. He seems to be the owner of the Spice Girls.
Well, I think isn't he sort of in a pastiche role as the guy, like the Charlie's Angels guy?
Yeah, he would, and then he's also they have like
Charlie,
the Bond,
presumably.
Yeah, they have the Bond references in there, right? Like he shows up and he's got his cat as well.
Yes.
The first thing he does is he makes himself a martini.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
And one of his final, but it's extremely stupid. One of his final scenes, he is feeding milk to a piglet while he's on the phone with the Spice Girls manager. Yeah,
that was funny. I saw that in the trailer and I was like, that's funny. To me,
even the description of it is funny to me.
Yeah, to me, Spice World and Austin Powers are like inextricably linked in my head in a way that I can't really explain, other than that I saw them when I was a kid and they both had sort of James Bond parody stuff in there, and I was sort of like, right, Spice World is sort of Austin Powers for girls. Got it.
I really like. Okay, Jules Holland. He's in it as well. He's like the conductor of their band. There's a lot of, I mean, it's a British movie. There's a lot of British people in it. Hugh Laurie's in it. British. Stephen Fry is in it as well. Yeah. Elton John shows up at one point. I really like the bit where Jerry Halliwell turns into Bob Hoskins.
Yes.
That is a really good bit. She goes into a phone booth, spins around, and then Bob Hoskin comes out, and in Jerry Halliwell's voice says "Girl Power."
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's good. That's good. Now, the plot of the movie, as far as I can tell, is that they need to play a show at Wembley and their friend is pregnant, and that sort of stops them from going to show up at Wembley because she's having her baby.
All right.
And the friend seems to have no other family members. It's like the Spice Girls just fit in the role of the other partner in her life.
My chosen
all-
family is the Spice Girls.
Yes,
End of family.
Yeah, that is what is going on in the movie. And they're like, no, we're not going to go and do our huge Wembley gig because our friend's having her kid. And then they go and do it, and it's fine.
This is kind
yeah.
of a reverse Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Oh man. Charlotte, do you mind if we move on to ranking? Because I'm getting a migraine.
Oh, Libby's getting a
Libby's
migraine.
getting a
Yes,
little
no, let's do it. Let's we're gonna rank the Spice Girls on our British supermarket themed tier list. With S is Waitrose tier, A is Marks and Spencer, B is Sainsbury's, C is Tesco, D is Morrison's, E is Asda, and F is Iceland. Libby, where are you gonna put the Spice Girls?
Ooh, this is tough. I've been reasonably positive about them, but I do think the music is generally pretty bad. So I'm gonna go with Tesco. You know, I'm just gonna split the difference. It still sort of harbor some warm, positive feelings about them in my brain from 1997. However, really, 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 really hate that type of music a lot. So
I thought you were gonna say really, really, really gonna zigzag.
yeah, I'm gonna zigzag out exactly. Yeah. So I just gotta go Tesco. Easy peasy.
All right down the middle. I think I am. Am I? Okay, I think they are Sainsbury's to me. I think they are still. I don't think I can give the band who made Wannabe any less than a Sainsbury's.
Yes.
I think. I do think that I have to believe in my heart that they are like I don't really care about any of them individually. I really do just care about them as this like as a collection, as the Spice Girls. And I like, even though the impact that they had might have not have been the best, I think it was still nice for what it was, you know?
Yeah.
I agree. I don't want to criticize them too much for that. So yeah, it's Sainsbury's. The Spice Girls is Sainsbury's. That's what it is. That's my piece. Josh?
I feel similarly. I'm going to say Sainsbury's as well, and I'm going to say it's like on the spectrum of music for tweens to jump and scream to. I think it's not bad. It's like the tweens of the 90s deserved a Spice Girls, and I think it's nice that they got one.
That's right. And thank God I'm a feminist now because of all of that music. Alrighty ho, Charlotte, would you like to play my little game?
I would love to play Libby's little game.
And this little game is maybe my favorite game we do on the show, which is Tesco review game, and it's all spices. I'm going to show you a review of a spice from the Tesco's website, and you have to guess what the spice is.
Guess the spice. All right.
So this is a 5-star review titled Perfect. I have been buying this for a long time. I add it to noodles, as I have IBS. Makes a great meal / snack. Some weeks ago it was out of stock. Panic! Taking no chances, so buying 2. Perfect seasoning with subtle taste. Thankfully not too strong for me. Now, what would someone add to noodles if they had IBS? I wonder.
What? Okay.
Charlotte, you go first.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of. I don't use spices very much in my life.
English.
Yes, that's right.
Offensive
Libby.
would have been offensive for me to say,
No,
but thank you.
I
Yes.
can say it because I don't really mean it.
Don't you need something that you have IBS? Are you trying to add something, a fibrous spice or a less spicy spice? That's my question here. And it's going on the noodles. So I can't think of a single spice right now, which is a real problem for this game. So what I'm going to do right now is say salt and then Google a list of spices for next time.
Okay, that's
Josh?
acceptable.
Okay. I'm thinking so like the thing that would make the most sense of like, oh, I just stir this into noodles to me would be like something like an MSG, like an umami flavor.
Ooh.
But I do think the IBS is sending me in the direction, Charlotte, as you alluded to, something kind of mild. So I'm going to say paprika.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to give the point to Josh because salt was an insane guess. This is medium curry powder. This
Medium
could have had
curry
paprika
powder.
in it. We don't
Medium.
know. Medium curry powder. I do not know what the relationship is between adding this to noodles and IBS. As a person with IBS, I don't know what they're talking about, but I respect it. All right, next up. Seasoning you need. Absolutely beautiful spice and blend. Lives chicken, not tasting bland. Takes lovely with all types of meat and gives the right kick without being overallly spicy. Josh? And this
So
one
something
is
that gives you a seizure is what we're looking
yes,
for.
and I will say this one is a blend. So I'll just give the point to whoever's got the closest idea of what the blend might be.
Ooh, that's a good question. Is it like a garam masala?
Wonderful guess, Charlotte. And what a great blend.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with. I mean, because the mention of chicken makes me want to just say chicken blend.
Chicken blend
That's not my answer. That's just what I want to say.
I don't even think
Salt
it's an answer.
and chicken blend. Okay,
Let's go with Italian seasoning.
Italian seasoning. Interesting. Okay. I will say that there was a seasoning that was just called chicken seasoning. So you're not too far off. This is Cajun seasoning.
Cajun seasoning.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show you a bonus one here, which is a great spice blend to sprinkle on homemade wedges. It is a great spice blend to sprinkle on homemade wedges for a BBQ evening. It brings out the when they are dipped in tomato, ketchup, or mayo. Alternatively, sprinkle on burgers to bring out the Mexican flavor. So this is...
Wow.
Look, not to be one of those people that's like, oh, British people don't know anything about Mexican food. Obviously, we don't. It's not right there. However, Cajun and Mexican, not the same thing. Just FYI for
same.
British
Mhm.
people, Cajun and Mexican, not even a little bit the same type of cuisine. But good effort. I'm awarding no points.
I think with a British person, if you put it on a taco, then it just becomes Mexican.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. All right, next up. Taster jar size fine, but not for serious user. One of the essential spices used in almost all curries, and the jar of 36 grams is a bit small for the amount needed. I use a lot in the basic spice mix, so refill packets needed, otherwise tiny jar wasted. Most of my spices are kept in square jars, to be honest. I really like those square jars, guy. Charlotte, what do you think this is?
We're looking for a curry one. I want to go cumin.
Great spice. Josh?
Ooh, I was going to say cumin, so I'm going to switch and say coriander.
Ooh.
Solid one as well.
It is coriander. Josh has got it
Whoa!
perfectly.
A point on the board.
A point, yeah. An actual earned point. Incredible stuff. All right, next up. I have
Friendly
B.
spices on the board.
This one starts, I have B. I have been emailed requested my review. Well, it was orange and tasted blank. I conclude that it achieved what I wanted it to. Josh?
An orange spice achieve. I'm going back to paprika.
Okay. Charlotte?
Paprika. Okay, it was orange and tasted.
Blank.
Mmm.
I can tell you they had appended a Y to the name of the spice
Yes.
to
that
turn
was
it into an adjective.
So you might not say paprika-y, right? So I'm gonna.
That's true.
Maybe I'm gonna say ginger.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It was gingery.
Okay, the link is broken. I don't know why. This was turmeric.
It was turmeric.
Turmeric, of
There we
course.
go.
I don't know why
Yep,
that's
yep.
not in there. Sorry. Oh, for fuck's
Our,
sake! I have to reload the fucking page. Hang on.
What's happened to your turmeric?
What's
Someone's
happened to my
stolen
internet?
Libby's turmeric.
Ah, fucking. Okay, it's back. We're back. We're back with the turmeric. We're back with the turmeric. All right. Share
Thank
screen.
goodness.
And Tesco spice. The turmeric is real.
I see turmeric
You
now.
see
That is
turmeric.
indeed orange.
Mhm.
Okay, next up. Sprinkled. Sprinkled on garden flower bed to deter cats.
5 stars.
5 stars. Yeah, Charlotte?
Sprinkled on garden flower bed to deter cats. What on earth is a spice that would deter cats? I'm putting down mustard seeds here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like that would, if I was a cat, that would deter me.
Josh?
And I'm going to say black pepper.
Ooh. It is, in fact, cayenne pepper. So I will give the
Cayenne
point to
pepper.
Josh because he
Thank you.
got pepper.
Wonderful.
Horrible to think about a poor little cat snuffling around a flower bed and then going, because there was cayenne pepper.
It's got a little orangey nose.
No,
The poor thing. No.
Blam, the blank takes your head off. Very, very hot. Blows your head off. The jar would benefit from a sprinkler in the cap rather than just a hole, so it can be applied sparingly. Obviously good quality.
Well, can I go?
Oh, yeah, sure. Fuck it. I don't care.
Well, I think it's just chili pepper flakes, isn't it?
Okay. Charlotte? I mean,
It's
Josh?
hot.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking similar red pepper flakes, but let me think if there's anything else very hot. Gosh, I don't know. I think I concede this one because I think red pepper flakes is such a clear positive guess.
Insanely, this one is ginger.
This one
Wow.
is ginger.
Wow.
Ginger is spicy, is it not?
Very, very hot. Blows
Oh,
your head
wow.
off. My head has been
Blows your
blown
head off.
clean off. The
gotta put a
paramedics don't know
sprinkler
what
on
to
the
do.
lid.
They're picking my brain out of the ceiling because I had some ginger from Tesco. Okay, next one. Better than salt.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying to give up salt for years, and this is the closest I've become to it. It gives everything that I used to splash with salt the heave-ho.
Heave-ho.
The heave-ho.
Very colorful. A very colorful review.
I love these reviewers. They're so good.
This is the closest I've become to it.
Yeah, this is the closest I've
I
become to it.
really like that.
Charlotte, I'm going to let you go first because there's no way you can catch up to Josh, and I just feel like, you deserve it.
Feel like it's over for me. No, this is, for whatever reason, this is the game I have panicked most in. And it's literally just think of a spice.
I feel like as an American, I'm showing up like a regular Guy Fieri on this podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just the fucking mayor of Flavortown.
Yeah, you really are.
And obviously, all I know when I panic is salt. But all I know here is it's better than.
It's better than salt.
It's better than. So.
Mega salt.
Yes. Salt
Part of me
too.
thinks
Salt. Too.
pink Himalayan salt.
Okay. Good.
And I'm
good
going to say
guess.
garlic powder.
Josh, you got so close. It's onion granules.
Onion granules.
Is Josh Guy Fieri? Did we accidentally invite Guy Fieri
Whoopsie.
onto our show instead of
Just
Josh
like
Gondelman?
spiky blonde hair is just growing out of my head
Yeah.
as we speak.
We should have known when you kept saying that the Spice Girls were absolutely dynamite. That's
Well,
it. Josh wins.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did I win very hopefully? I didn't think I got a single point, did I?
I gave
So-
you 1 point for something. I don't remember what. Ginger or paprika. or
Felt
something.
bad,
Yeah.
maybe.
Mhm.
Felt bad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Libby, for that lovely game, and thank you, Josh, so much for coming on the show. Would you like to tell our listeners where they can go and find you and your stuff?
Yes, please. I have a newsletter called That's Marvelous. It comes out every Monday. It's for free, or you can pay me money for it. You can get it at that'smarvelousnewsletter.com. I spend a lot of time on it. It's a lot of fun, I think. I am at Josh Gondelman kind of across social platforms. I co-host a podcast called The Nightly that's for people to fall asleep to. It's like a very soothing talk show. And I have a comedy special, as you mentioned up top, called Positive Reinforcement that's available on YouTube now through Blind Medicine. And I will be I'm like on the road a little bit coming up in the fall. I'm going to be in Boston or Cambridge, Massachusetts on September 19th, and then Dallas and Houston in October. More dates fill you in, joshgondelman.com. That's so many plugs. I'm sorry. I
It's
apologize.
wonderful.
No,
I
I
love when people have stuff to plug.
It is nice, and as you were talking and I was thinking about the idea of falling asleep to your voice, I was thinking, yes, that would be really, really nice, actually. You have such a good voice for that, which I
appreciate that.
always, when I think to say that to someone, I'm like, is that going to be offensive? Because, it sort of feels like, I'm going to fall asleep to what you're saying, you know? I just feel like I dug a hole I wasn't in.
No, I
so
think that's very nice. And I was the one that brought up that's what I do.
It's the purpose of the podcast, you know?
It is literally what you're doing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there we
It's
go.
not like when I say I'm falling asleep to YKS, even though YKS is something that I listen to in my waking hours as well. For some reason, I just find it unbelievably soothing to fall asleep to. So thanks for that, Jesse.
Well, that's been the podcast. Be sure to drop us a follow with What's All This Pod on Blue Sky, Instagram, and on YouTube. You can catch all of our episodes, main feed episodes, the video those for free on our YouTube channel. Do subscribe to our Patreon as well if you want to support the show. We have bonus episodes every single Thursday. This week we are doing the File Types podcast. It is the first episode of a new podcast about file types.
That's right.
With our friend Jake from the Everything Now show. We have recorded it already. It is one of my favorite things we have done on the show, full stop.
Mine too.
I would recommend signing up to the Patreon, even just for a month to hear that one. Please do it. And if you want to get in touch with us as well, got an idea for a British thought, or you just want to tell us that we did a good job, it's whatsallthispost@gmail.com. That's the show. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 What's all this then? What's all this then? What's Mr. B? What's a cup of tea? What's mushy pea?